Czechoslovakian Vlcak, or Czechoslovak wolfdog, is a breed of shepherd dogs bred by crossing a German shepherd and a Carpathian wolf in the middle of the 20th century. In cynological history, this is one of the most successful experiments of this kind. The dogs retained the strength and endurance of the wolf, devotion, obedience and working qualities of the shepherd dog. They are easily trained, loyal to humans and pets. Highlights and interesting facts. Czechoslovakian wolfdogs are absolutely fearless. Even puppies of this breed are very brave dogs. For example, puppies are not at all afraid of loud sounds, including thunderstorms. It is noteworthy that almost all puppies of any breed are afraid of the sound of thunder and the flash of lightning, so this is a rarity among dogs. The Czechoslovakian Vlcak proves the thesis that dogs are not descended from wolves. Wolves were not tamed in antiquity, but only have a common ancestor with dogs. This was shown by genetic studies that were conducted on Czechoslovakian wolfdogs. Most dog breeds are more genetically similar to jackals than to wolves. In turn, Czechoslovakian wolfdogs are more like grey wolves than jackals. There is a myth that the more wolf genotype in a dog, the more aggressive the dog. Geneticists working on the Czechoslovakian wolfdog disprove this myth. The fact is that dogs of this breed are calm and friendly with their owners. They show aggression extremely rarely, but the desire to dominate the pack is always. At Czechoslovakian wolfdog shows, there is a special check that reveals the purebred of individuals. Dogs are deliberately tried to scare with loud sounds or unusual shapes. If the dog is shy, then it will be disqualified from the competition, or even from the breed. The history of the breed. The Czechoslovakian Vlcak, also known as the Czech wolfdog, has an open history of origin. This distinguishes it from many other breeds that have dark spots in their history. The Czechoslovakian Vlcak came about through deliberate experimentation in the mid-20th century. The socialist government of the Czech Republic in 1955 had one of the military cynological goals to obtain a hybrid of a wolf and a dog. Similar experiments have already been carried out in different countries of the world, but were not successful. The wolf principle always won in the dog, and they grew wild. Czech breeders were sure that wolves and dogs do not have a common ancestor, so they can give good offspring after crossing, and these offspring are fertile. This point is especially important since many attempts to cross a wolf and a dog produced completely sterile offspring. The Czechoslovakian wolfdog was bred under Karel Hartl, a representative of the Czechoslovak army. 4 wolves were caught and named Lady, Sherrick, Breda, and Argo. Also selected 48 thoroughbred German shepherds, the best representatives of their breed. The first offspring of wolves and shepherd dogs turned out to be fertile. For 10 years this crossing gave fertile offspring. The resulting individuals had an interesting exterior and a unique character, not similar to either a dog or a wolf. These dogs rarely barked and were extremely reserved. In the 90s, the Czechoslovakian Vlcak was taken to Europe, where breeders became interested in her. Then she was recognized as a separate breed, which is listed in cynological organizations. Appearance. The first 2 generations of dogs, derived from wolves and German shepherds, were more like shepherds, but with improved characteristics. It was only in the 3rd generation that more wolf-like features appeared in the dogs. Now the external signs of the wolf have become dominant and are also passed on to other generations. The Czechoslovakian Vlcak is a large animal. Her torso has the shape of a rectangle, the muscles are well developed. The whole constitution of the dog is well adapted for running and long jumps. The muzzle has clear, pointed lines. The nose is oval, strictly black. The bridge of the nose is straight, even, without humps. The lips are dry and thin, close to the teeth, but do not expose them. Jaws strong, bite straight or scissors. The eyes are slightly slanted, with a prominent yellow iris. Set not deep, at a moderate distance from each other. Superciliary ridges are pronounced, which makes the look of the Czechoslovakian wolfdog expressive. The ears are triangular in shape and small in size. The cartilage in the ears is dense, thick, pointed at the end. The ears are always straight, like those of German shepherds. The ears are covered with smooth short hair, including short bristles inside. The tail is set high. In a calm state, it hangs with its tip down, but at the slightest excitement, the dog lifts it up with a sickle. These dogs rarely wag their tails. The legs of the Czechoslovakian wolfdog are long and well muscled. Sometimes extra fingers grow and are removed from puppies. Distinctive character traits. The Czechoslovakian wolfdog is more versatile than a specialized dog, fast, lively, very active, courageous. The Czechoslovakian wolfdog enters into strong social ties, not only with the owner, but with all family members. He can easily get along with other pets in the family, however, in relationships with unfamiliar animals, difficulties may arise. It is very important at a very young age to subdue the wolfdog's hunting passion, otherwise, in adulthood, the dog may be aggressive towards smaller animals. Puppies should never be locked in an aviary, they must be socialized and adapted to the environment. Bitches of the Czechoslovakian wolfdog tend to be more manageable, but animals of both sexes are very violent in their youth. Czechoslovakian wolfdogs are very playful and temperamental. They are easy to train, but their behavior is strictly purposeful, and for training the dog you need to find a strong motivation. The most common cause of failure is the dog's fatigue from useless repetitions of the same exercise when motivation is lost. Dogs have a wonderful sense of smell and are very good at following by scent. They are very independent and can work together as a pack to achieve a common goal. If necessary, they can easily work at night. When training wolf dogs, there may be problems with commands that require a voice. Barking is not natural for these dogs, they use a much wider range of means of self-expression and communication with their own kind and the owner, mainly body language is used, but also soft sounds such as growls, grunts, whines. As a rule, training the Czechoslovakian wolfdog to achieve a stable and reliable result requires more time than with traditional breeds. The character of the Czechoslovakian Vlcak differs from both the German Shepherd and the Wolf. This breed of dog is not suitable for beginners among breeders, as dogs need to be trained competently while having a firm hand and cynological skills. This is a large service dog with a serious character. No, the Czechoslovakian Vlcak doesn't have a tough temper, but she can feel like the leader of the pack, trying to get the better of her master. A person should be an unconditional authority for such a dog. Czechoslovakian Vlcak is a devoted companion who is ready to sacrifice his life for his master. A pack for such a dog is the main priority, so the animal has a well-developed sense of team and hierarchy. The owner of such a dog will be the leader for her. These dogs are very brave. They do not assess the danger to the owner or family, but immediately rush to the defense. These dogs cannot be frightened by loud noises or large size, as they have a wolf grip and ferocity in battle. The Czechoslovakian Vlcak is a very independent, intelligent animal. She is able to assess the situation, to think during critical moments. In a special situation, a friendly dog becomes cold-blooded and acts decisively with surprising calculation. For example, a dog is ready to save a drowning person without the owner's command. Pros and cons of Czechoslovakian wolfdogs. Pros. They are absolutely devoted to the owner and family. Trained Czechoslovakian Vlcak is ready to give her life for loved ones, never disobeys a command, and will not leave her owner in a crisis. For this dog, people are part of the pack. These dogs are highly intelligent. They are able to make quick decisions that sometimes save lives. These dogs do not rush to danger just like that, but quickly analyze the situation and make the best decisions. Therefore, the Czechoslovakian Vlcak is an excellent watchdog and companion. The complete fearlessness that these dogs possess is a merit of both German Shepherds and Wolves, which were the progenitors of the breed. These dogs are ready to guard the territory or entrusted object until the command is cancelled. Puppies begin to show guard qualities at the age of 9 months, which is a record early date for guard dog breeds. Czechoslovakian wolfdogs are sociable, but do not impose their company. If they see that the owner is not in the mood or busy, they will not take the initiative to interact. In turn, they are always ready to keep him company or play with him. Minuses. The dog is difficult to control. Only an experienced trainer can find an approach to this breed, raise an obedient dog. If you show softness and suppleness, the dog will quickly take over. Sometimes independence is a negative quality. The dog does well without a master and quickly takes command over others. Sometimes they may not obey people because they have their own opinion. If the dog is not treated for a long time, it ceases to be obedient and even shows aggression. Such dogs should not be kept in families with children because they do not like to be pulled and constantly require communication. Maintenance and care. Czechoslovakian wolfdogs feel great in outdoor conditions. Any temperature is comfortable for them, from severe frosts to hot summers. It is best not to keep the dog on a chain, but to provide her with a free aviary. This is a more natural habitat for this breed. The territory near a private house will be under the control of the dog, so you can let it go for a walk in the yard without fear. The dog will not leave its sight. Although it is better to take care of a strong and high fence, over which the dog will not jump over if it senses danger. Also, Czechoslovakian wolfdogs, due to their intelligence, can learn to open gates and break locks, so this point is also worth considering. Due to their compactness, small size, Czechoslovakian wolfdogs also feel good in an apartment. They guard the entire apartment, but at the same time they find their favorite place, where they spend most of their time. If you choose to keep such a dog in an apartment, then be prepared to walk with him for hours, as these dogs need to realize a lot of energy. It is worth combing these dogs once a week and every day, during molting. Although it is worth saying that in outdoor conditions the molting of dogs goes smoothly, so this breed does not need to be combed with excessive zeal. Since Czechoslovakian wolfdogs are inquisitive, it is worth giving them the opportunity to explore the world. But these studies often end up with bitten furniture in the apartment, so you need to provide the dog with special toys that he will chew on. Health. Czechoslovakian wolfdogs have good health and strong immunity. This feature they got from their closest relatives, grey wolves. A high-quality selection process has made it possible to develop a breed that does not have genetic congenital diseases at all. Despite all this, Czechoslovakian wolfdogs have a feature that is characteristic of many large breeds. This is a pathology of the musculoskeletal system, but it is not inherited. Most often expressed in hip dysplasia, with this disease, dogs begin to limp, pull their hind legs. They lose their natural activity, they are reluctant to walk. In the later stages of the development of the disease, a complete rejection of a mobile lifestyle is possible. This disease is diagnosed by veterinarians at an early stage and must be treated. Price and how to buy. Depending on the purpose of the purchase, the cost of the puppy will differ. Offspring without the possibility of exhibition and further breeding costs from $2,000. If there are plans for future puppies as parents, then the price increases by 2 to 3 times. Show-class puppies are even more expensive, and the price depends on the pedigree and what prizes were received by the parents of the puppies at various exhibitions. If you are looking for a show-class puppy, then you need to contact the breeders registered in the Unified International Register of Breeders, where there is a guarantee of pure blood. In this case, a contract of sale must be signed, where all the circumstances are prescribed in order to avoid misunderstandings. Buying a puppy in unreliable places is a huge risk of getting a dog similar to Czechoslovakian wolfdog, but not being it. While the dog is small, it is difficult to understand how the puppy meets the requirements. Outcome. Czechoslovakian Vlcak, or Czechoslovakian wolfdog, is a breed of dog that arose as a result of an experiment conducted in 1955 in Czechoslovakia. Initially, 48 German shepherds of working lines were crossed with 4 Carpathian wolves. The goal was to create a breed with the temperament, pack instinct and trainability of the German shepherd and the strength, build and endurance of the Carpathian wolf. The breed was bred to participate in military special operations, but was subsequently used in search and rescue and protective guard service, for tracking and herding work, hunting, sports competitions in agility, obedience, towing. Officially recognized as a national breed in Czechoslovakia in 1982, in 1999 recognized by the International Cynological Federation.